Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video on the side quest Cataclysm. This is going to be Mutant Mobocracy. Now this is, in my opinion, one of the most difficult ones that they're up till now, purely because the boss is really annoying to deal with. It's going to be an apocalypse with finish them, blood and water, genetic refinement and enhanced bleed. So genetic refinement, whatever champion you bring in, he's going to treat it as mutant and he's going to have 4 charges on him. And enhanced bleed is just stay away from his heavy, otherwise he'll bleed you more. And finish them and blood and water give him advantages whenever you have a debuff on yourself, so he is more prone to throw his special attacks. The path A, B, and C are right there. The difficult fights are going to be your Magik, Weapon X, and of course the boss. The others can still be dealt with. Domino is also potentially another difficult fight, but we will go through all of them one by one in the video with all the paths. And you will need a Circe and an Icarus that you will find from the mail, 3-star versions of them, so make sure you bring them for path A and also path C. And let's jump right into the path, guys. But before we do, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. Now the first fight is going to be against the Domino. Now again, I would highly suggest you to bring a tech champion so you don't get unlucky and you can kill her off. Domino can be really annoying with the crit failure damage and all of that. My choice is Omega Red because I want to use somebody who can do Domino and as well as Magik. So on the same thought process, if you bring in the Magik, that can also work against Domino once you take away the power from Domino, and also Magik's limbo will help you regain some of the health. So Magik is also a good option for not only Domino but also the upcoming Magik fight. And also Vision can work as well, as long as Domino doesn't have power, she won't get much lucky and you can work through way around it. And also Vision is a tech champion, so that will also work to your advantage. Otherwise any tech champion will work really well against Domino, so you can use them also here. Now the first difficult fight I would suggest in the whole quest on path A is going to be your Magik. And the Magik, because of a limbo damage, can really kill off your attackers, so you have to make sure that when you plan for the path you bring a good counter. My counter is going to be a Omega Red. Now granted, my Omega Red is rank 3 and Sig 175, but the same concept applies. Even if you have a 5-star version, the higher the Sig would be better. All you need to do is to push Magik almost to 1 bar of power, and then you can just parry and use your heavy attack, and then let her limbo activate by getting to SP1. Because you're going to use a tentacle attack, you're not going to take damage from limbo, and you can use that to your advantage. Right there, I'm going to just build up and tentacle attack, no limbo damage, so you can use that and kill her off. Other options can be Magik. You can use a 200% boost and just the power lock her. No power means no limbo, and then Magik does not have any threat. And you can do the same for your Vision as well. The whole thing for this path is going to be 1 slot is going to taken by Circe, and you have only 2 slots. You have to keep 1 for the boss for Apocalypse, so you need 1 champion that can run through the whole path, or maybe the other champ can help you out a little bit. In my case, I was able to get the first 2 defenders down with Omega Red, but then I die on the easy defender, that was Storm Pyramid X, but I brought in Magik to kill her off. And yes guys, that's the whole path. Make sure you plan it right and have the right champion. I have given all the options, so I hope it helps you out. I'll see you at the boss fight with Magik. And the boss fight is going to be against Apocalypse. Now when you go through this path, Apocalypse will have an extra node on him that is going to be Mighty Charge. So if you allow him to dash into you, he is going to remove all the debuffs. And on top of that, remember that he will have 4 charges, so if he uses a light attack on you, he has a chance to stun you. So there is no way you can avoid the Mighty Charge. So this is one of the annoying nodes here. Now I am really bad at fighting Apocalypse, especially dexing his specials. I can dex the special too, but I'm not really good at doing special 1. So my whole thing on bringing Magik was here. I'm going to use Magik on the path anyway against the defenders. I'm going to use it against Apocalypse also. So I have used a 200% boost here for a mistake, and I'm just taking him to a corner, and I'm going to corner intercept him to death. You have to be a bit patient. Sometimes he will not be very aggressive, but that's okay. You can play slow and just make sure that he does not throw any specials, and then you can kill him off. It's going to be a longer fight, but it's a safer one. If you wanted to boost, you can boost as well. I would suggest not to use suicide masteries, because if he throws a special one, you get weakness or poison, you get any of those debuffs, you will just die very quick. I have tried it with Magik and it didn't help. So again, use it without suicides if you're going to use Magik, and it will help. Most of the champions try to avoid suicide in front of Apocalypse, because he will kill you off very quick with all of his debuffs. So I hope this helps you, and I'll see you on the path B fights. Starting off with path B, the first fight is going to be a Gambit, which is pretty straightforward. After this, there is going to be a difficult fight that is going to be Weapon X. So you need to make sure you bring a counter for him. My counter is going to be an Archangel with Horseman ability, so I'm going to use that against Weapon X. So again, before you jump into the bat, make sure you plan it right and bring in the right counters. That fight can be a roadblock for you. My plan is to build up the charges here on Gambit on Apocalypse and have 4 of them, and then I can use a Horseman ability on Archangel, and then go ahead. I have a third champion that is going to be Magneto, and that will be for the boss. The good part about this path is you don't need any gatekeeper, so you don't need Icarus or Cersei here, so you have an option of 3 champions that you can use right from the middle. Now Weapon X is going to be the difficult fight on this path. I have brought in an Archangel. I'm just gonna parry and heavy and try to stack those neurotoxins. My bad luck, I didn't get any in the beginning, so he's got a lot of charges on him, but that's okay. I'm just gonna stay back and try to keep those charges on him, and as soon as he goes unblockable, I'm gonna switch to basic attacks into specials and keep giving him special attack so he can throw that. It can gives me opening to go back in. Now remember, in this way he will get a lot of charges and he will still stay unblockable, but at least you can take him to a corner and you can kill him faster. Now other champions that can work here are going to be champions like Vision that can heal block, or champions like Magneto, because Weapon X is a metal champion, so you can use Magneto also. With Magneto, what you can do, you can build up to SP3 and you can just parry and heavy and build up those 40 prowess charges. If he goes unblockable with all of those charges, with all of those Weapon X charges on him, you can keep swiping back until they fade away. Or if not, if you get cornered, you can just use an SP3 and create space again. That is one of my favorite ways to deal with Weapon X. I always keep an SP3 handy, and if he corners me during his unblockable phase, I will throw an SP3 to kill him off. So again, there might be other counters as well, so these are the ones that work well for me. So I hope it helps you out, and I'll see you at the boss fight against Apocalypse with the Magneto. And the boss fight is going to be against Apocalypse again. I'm going to use a Magneto here, and first off, Apocalypse is a metal champion, so he will be magnetized. Now the way you deal with him, you block until he charges into you, and after the medium hit, he will do either one of two. He will either go for a heavy attack or he will use for a light attack. If he goes for a light attack, you can swipe back. You don't want to be getting stunned. But because there's 85% reduction, even if you get hit, there is a high chance, 85% chance, so as to say that you will not be stunned. But I would suggest you to just stay back. But if after the medium dash and he throws a heavy attack, you can swipe back and use your heavy, and that way you can build up your prowess charges. Now you will need to throw an SP1 here so he can go bleed immune. Sometimes it will take more than one or more than two SP2s for him to for Apocalypse to go bleed immune because of his ability accuracy reduction because of magnetized. So the whole concept here is build up to your prowess, throw your SP1, let him get bleed immune, and then build up to an SP3 and use an SP3 while he has bleed immunity, so you can just kill him in one SP3 easily. With me, it took me a little time to get him bleed immune. Actually, I don't think I get him bleed immune because of ability accuracy. I just throw my SP3 anyway, he dies. And you can also kill him without an SP3. You can just play slowly, but you have to be good at evading his specials. One added advantage with Magneto is he takes less damage from the specials of Apocalypse because of ability accuracy reduction, so that also works in your favor. Some other good options are going to be Magik, Tiger, Guillotine 2099, Guardian, they also work. I would highly suggest you to avoid Suicide Masteries because of Apocalypse specials. He is going to apply more debuffs on you, and all of those debuffs will combine together and they will give you a lot of damage and kill you off quick. Right here, he's up to his half health, and I'm just trying to bait out his special so I can just build up my prowesses with heavy attack, and then I'm gonna throw an SP3 just there. I think I've got 9, and then I go in again to build up more, and at I think 25 or 26 prowesses I throw an SP3 and I just kill him off. So I hope this helped, guys. This was option number 2 to take out Apocalypse. I'll see you on the next part, that is going to be part C. On part C, the first fight is going to be against a Magneto, and the gatekeeper here is going to be Cersei, so you can bring in 2 champions that can take out Magneto, Dr. Sinister, Omega Red, and then the boss as well. My choice is going to be Diablo and together with Guilly 2099. Now here I am running suicides because Diablo takes advantage from the suicides and he can heal back up. And also I'm gonna Guilly 2099 does not take any damage from from the suicides, and her playstyle is all about her hits, so I can use suicides here, so they will help me out. Now with Magneto, the first fight, the hard part is to find good champions that can deal with him and that are not metal. Because of a lot of good champions are metal, that makes a lot of that makes a very annoying issue here in this fight. So always keep Magneto to an SP1, do not let him throw an SP2. There is also going to be Mighty Charge, so just be careful about that. With Diablo, you will not be able to stack too many poisons, but you will be able to do enough damage with them slowly. But other champions that you can use here can be Magik. Tiger is also a good option. Any non-metallic champion that can control power or that can evade his specials will work really well here. You will notice that slowly will work my way killing him off with Diablo, and I can also use reparry technique here as well, so that also works with Mighty Charge. Next defender is going to be a Mr. Sinister. Now with Mr. Sinister, he is doable. You can bring in a champion that does not crit. So Guilly 2099, I had her in my team, but I was trying to save her for the upcoming fight. So you can use Guilly 2099. You can use champions like Guardian also work here. I am going to use Diablo, and his poison will reduce the healing ability. So there's quite a few different options that you can use. You can also use Archangel, and you can make him a horseman. You can also bring in your tech champions that work really well. So Ultron, Warlock, Vision, all of those work. Anybody with a heal block can easily take away Mr. Sinister. It's not a really difficult fight. I think the key fight on this path is going to be Magneto. So we just went through it. I'll see you on the boss fight, guys. And for Omega Red, just try to bring in a robot champion that can also take out the boss, and you will be fine. And the boss fight is going to be against Apocalypse. Now normally I would suggest you not to use this mass suicide setup, but for this path I did use suicide because Diablo was very good against all the defenders, and Guilly 2099 does great against defenders with suicide as well. Now I'm going to go against Apocalypse, and I've also built up Guilly 29 on 100 hits from Omega Red fight, so she will literally melt away Apocalypse very quick. Now usually I will easily be able to dex the special 2 from Apocalypse, but this time around I'm just trying to be safe and not just lose the fight, so that's why I am just blocking it. I will suggest that you can easily evade it. I am good at evading SP2 from Apocalypse, but SP1 is always trouble for me. So I will try to block the SP1, and because Guilly 29 is quite tanky because of her armor up, so I will easily sustain through the fight. And also there's going to be a regen if I go below 15% health. So Guilly 2099 is a really great counter for this Apocalypse. Some others are going to be Magik. We've already showcased in the video. Tiger can also work really well. Magneto is also a showcase, make sure to check that out. And Guardian is also a good example with all of that energy reduction and his armor and tankiness. All of that will work out really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot. And also let me know in the comment section down below, what did you do, what was your strategy? I would love to hear from you guys. And apart from that guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.